Imagine fasting for your homeland's future, demanding statehood and protections for fragile ecosystems, only to wake up in a distant jail labeled a national security threat. This is the story of Sonam Wangchuk, the acclaimed climate activist and innovator whose detention under India's draconian National Security Act has ignited outrage across the nation. Today, we dive deep. His limited options for freedom, why the world is watching the shaky grounds of his arrest, the elusive witnesses and evidence, and how this fits into a troubling pattern of NSA misuse. Sonam Wangchuk, 59, isn't just an activist, he is Ladakh's conscience. For 5 years, he has led the lay apex body's push for Ladakh's statehood and inclusion under the 6th schedule of the constitution, safeguarding tribal rights and the region's melting glaciers. His 3-week hunger strike in September 2025 was meant to force result-oriented talks with the center. But on September 24, protests in Leh exploded into violence. 4 dead, over 150 injured, buildings torched. Wangchuk denies inciting it, calling it a scapegoat for government inaction. 2 days later, on September 26, police led by Ladakh's DGP detained him under the NSA and whisked him 1,000 kilometers away to Jodhpur Central Jail in Rajasthan. Why? The Ladakh administration claims his proactive speeches referring Nepal's youth uprising and the Arab Spring's overthrow tactics sparked the chaos. They accuse him of suggesting self-immolation like Tibetan protest and failing to pacify the crowd. But is this preventive justice or political silencing? Wangchuk's path to freedom is narrow and steep. Under the NSA, there is no bail, no trial, no charges, just up to 12 months of detention on the government's subjective satisfaction that you are a threat. His wife, Dr. Gitanjali Angmo, co-founder of the Himalayan Institute of Alternatives Ladakh, filed a habeas corpus petition in the Supreme Court demanding his release and the grounds of detention. Today, the top court issued notices to the Centre, Ladakh, UT and Jodhpur jail authorities. The bench of Justices Arvind Kumar and N.V. Anjaria urged the government to consider sharing the detention order with Angmo, questioning why she was kept in the dark. The centre countered that her plea was an emotive ploy, but the court isn't buying it, scheduling the next hearing for October 14. Wangchuk's other shot. An advisory board of High Court judges must review his case within 3 weeks of detention. If they find no sufficient cause, he is out. He can also submit a representation to the government. But here's the catch. No lawyer before the board, and facts can be withheld in public interest. Critics call it a rubber stamp. In 120 recent Allahabad High Court NSA cases, the board upheld every detention. The administration cites credible inputs of provocation plus alleged Pakistani intelligence links and financial irregularities at HIAL, like a diverging Rs 6.5 crore in foreign funds without FCRA compliance. The NSA isn't new. It's a relic from 1980, born after the emergency's horrors under Indira Gandhi's MISA. It replaced the Preventive Detention Act of 1950, promising safeguards against colonial-style abuses. But its criteria? Wide open for abuse. Under Section 3, detention kicks in if the government is satisfied that someone might act prejudicial to India's defense, foreign relations, security, public order, or essential supplies and services like smuggling or communal disharmony. No crime is needed, just prevention. Ground must be shared with 5 to 15 days, but up to 10 days in exceptional cases. Detention is maximum 12 months, reviewed by an advisory board in 3 weeks. Article 22 of the Constitution carves out exceptions suspending rights to counsel and swift trial. Supreme Court has slammed misuse in 2023. It freed UP's Yusuf Malik, calling NSA invocation in a political threat case an abuse. During the 1975 emergency, MISA jailed thousands without trial. Post-NSA, 1992's Assam activists Niloy Datta and Parag Kumar Das detained for documentary army atrocities freed after protest. In 2023, Waris Pathan and Teesta Setalwad for proactive remarks. Amritpal Singh, the Khalistani preacher, jailed with aides under NSA. As the Supreme Court weighs in, will evidence see daylight or will shadows prevail? The NSA was meant to protect security, not stifle voices for autonomy and ecology.